Hi everybody, welcome to the Father and Son Watch Show. I'm John, it's my son Elliott.
Hi.
And we're going to do a video today talking about traveling with a couple watches. We recently went on a trip to New York City and we went through a couple other states, but we talked a lot about before the trip what kind of watches to wear. And so Elliott, you have something on your wrist as one of the watches that you took on the trip. Which one is that one?
My Tough Solar.
Right, and I did the same thing. So we did a review on this Tough Solar a couple videos back, but it was a great watch. Why did you want to take it on the trip?
I don't know. I mean, it's solar, so.
You don't have to worry about winding it or battery dying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was the reason why I took it too. And this has a world timer on it.
That's a second.
And so we only traveled like a couple different time zones, but we did change it a couple times. It took me a long time to figure out how to change it. I'm kind of embarrassed to say, after spending like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in an airport trying to figure it out. But finally I did. But once I got it, it was pretty nifty having a world timer on a reasonable Casio watch. Was there any other reasons why you chose this one?
I just like it.
Well, one other reason I chose it too is because it's a Casio and it's not very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, if somebody grabs it or wants it, they can have it.
Well, I mean, it would be sad to give up, but.
I'd be really sad too. But the one thing I did that I remember watching a video from the time teller, and he talked about not taking his watches off through the TSA, through security at the airport. And I did not take mine off leaving town, and they didn't say anything. So that was kind of cool. But then we went through some other security that they specifically said take off your watch. So we did that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the watches that we took, and then we're also there's a couple segments talking about our trip to New York City. Elliott, were you mad at me because I had to film a couple things without you in New York City? Why did I do that?
Because I wasn't with you.
Right, where were you?
Well, I was with my family.
Right, but I'm your family too, but where were you when I wasn't there?
FAS Sports.
Yeah, he was in a big toy store in.
It wasn't the best.
Well, it was pretty nice, but
you go for the watches, not the toys.
Okay, yeah, he went to this toy store in Rockefeller Center, New York City, and he was excited to go. But while he was doing that, I got to go to the flagship Citizen store right around the block. So Elliott was kind of sad. But I had meant to take him back, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't film in there anyway, but I did talk a little bit about the store, and we'll show that a little bit later in this video. But right now we'll go ahead and show the other watches that we took with us, just a couple. Okay, and we already showed you the Tough Solar watches that we took. And then Elliott took a couple other Casios with him. And why did you take these two watches, Elliott?
This one is the only one I took to New York, just because, I really like it, but still, if someone takes it or whatever, it's not the biggest deal.
No, because it's a great watch, and I really like it. Actually, I've worn it a couple times, but it's only about $16, I think.
Yeah. And
then, of course, you took the famous G-Shock. Why'd you take that one?
Well, it's one of my favorite watches, and I don't know, it's really durable, so you can do anything on it.
Right, you can go swimming or whatever we did on vacation. Yeah, I took my Tough Solar, but I also took one of my favorite watches, the Seiko 5 SRPD. I think it's like 92 or something like that. But I took it because it has great water resistance, comfortable strap that I can get wet. I use the bezel to do time zones too on it. I can always change it like a couple hours. And what I do with this one is I just turn it. Maybe you can turn it for me, Elliott. I just turn it a little bit. Why don't you turn it 2 dots? There you go.
Oh.
And when my time zone is 2 hours behind me, I put it on the second dot, and then whatever time it is, I just subtract 2. But then if it's the time zone's ahead of me, I just go ahead and put it up the second dot right there. And so I kind of use it like a world timer with my bezel. But I love this watch. It's comfortable. You know, I wore it when we went to the Statue of Liberty, and I wore it inside, and now I've got some great memories there. But it did great. Very sturdy watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we only took a few watches with us. It's probably not a good idea to travel with a bunch of watches, especially fancy watches.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we'd be heartbroken if any of these got taken or lost. But they're easy to replace.
Yeah, that's why, this one I would be really disappointed in. This is, my favorite watch I have. Where, this one, yes, I would be disappointed. but it isn't like my. I mean, it's one of my favorites, but it's not like my favorite.
Right. And this one I'd be very disappointed. However, our local Costco is where I bought this watch. And if you go on Costco's website, I think it's still listed there. But even locally at Costco, it's only $179. So that's still a decent chunk of change. But for a nice Seiko, that's a Seiko 5, that's not too bad if I had to replace it.
Yeah, and like for a G-Shock, these are Amazon are like $50. Like I saved up for.
So it's a good idea when you travel just to take something affordable. I mean, if you want to take a nice dress watch that's not real expensive, and you're going to a place downtown New York City, as long as you cover it up or just don't make a big show of it, you're probably fine. But we were going in Times Square and some other places where it's probably better to have a cheaper watch, right?
Yeah, and then like this one, like you can just like do anything with. Like there are some scratches on this one just because like this was like my first watch.
It's had all of Elliott's adventures in it, right?
Yeah, except until I got this one.
All right, so next we're going to show a couple of videos of the Citizen store and have me talk about that, and then the watches that I saw people wearing in New York City. Hi, this is the father and son watch show in New York City on 5th Avenue at the Citizen Flagship store. Right now it's just the father. I lost the son to a awesome toy store at Rockefeller Center. He is in there, almost came in here with me, but I think I might drag him back in later. But anyway, I'm going to try to film inside and see what we can come up with. All right, I was in there. They do not allow any filming for a YouTube channel in there. I think you could probably take personal pictures and maybe personal videos in there, but they were very nice. On the first floor was all Citizen watches, the ProMaster watches, all kinds of other Citizens, any Citizen you'd ever want in there. The Toyosas were in there, and they were beautiful. They have, I think, just about all the models in there. But also something I got to see, which I have not seen in person, is the Citizen. That's kind of like a Grand Seiko comparison for Citizen. Also, they are accurate. Their quartz accuracy is to a second a year, which is great. And then on the second floor, they had Bulova, Alpina, and Frederic Constant up there. And I think they had Accutron as well. So I got to see all the Bulovas that I love. They have the Bulova with the meteorite dial, which was pretty awesome. And then they also had the surfboard. They had the Devil Diver, all kinds of Bulova tanks. I love to see the Accutron. I love the different models they have, skeleton and otherwise. Great watches in there. The staff is great, very friendly, very nice. A beautiful store here in New York City, right by Times Square, I think. I'm still figuring out this town. But anyway, it's right around the corner from Rockefeller Center on 5th Avenue. You've got to check it out. This is a great place in New York City for any kind of watch lover. You would love all these different watch shops. Even some of the smaller, like, I love New York shops have like Casios, and I saw some Seikos too. But 5th Avenue has a lot of great stores. Like I said, definitely check out the Citizen store. If you like Citizen, Bulova, any one of their family of brands, check it out. New York City is great. I love New York City. Take care. Hi, I'm at the Rockefeller Center now. They're gearing up for the Olympics, the broadcasting for the Olympics, but pretty cool. I just wanted to make a quick couple comments that I did see a lot of people wearing regular watches. There's a lot of Apple Watches walking around, but it's encouraging to see all the people, young and old, men and women, wearing traditional watches. Some classy ones and some affordable ones. It's great to see. All right, so that was our traveling video about what to travel with for us, and then also going to New York City and a couple things that we ran into there. There were a lot of watch shops in New Jersey and New York City, right?
Yeah, but go early, though, for those planning it out, because we tried to go in a bunch of them, and they were closed. Yeah, we were pretty disappointed. We were in the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. It's kind of like the Mall of America. It's like that version of it for New Jersey, but all the watch shops closed pretty early. Yeah, and like there was a Rolex store JLC, we wanted to see, JLC, Cartier, and we wanted to see that, but they all closed. And I lucked out with the Citizen store. They were open a little bit later, but even some of the other stores in Times Square were closed, the watch shops.
I mean, we were lucky enough to go into a Swatch store.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Good job, Elliott. Yeah, we got to see a bunch of the moon swatches and regular swatches. Got to check out tons of them. I'd never been in a swatch store before.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I'd rather have a Casio than a swatch, but some of the swatches are pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one thing. If swatch, if you're ever watching this video, please make them more affordable, because I'd love to have a swatch.
Yeah.
But why would I buy a
Lego
swatch? Right, and a Lego swatch, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But why would I buy a swatch for, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, maybe even $1,000, when I can have this for $16, and it's got a pretty color too, my favorite color.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had fun traveling, but New York City was great. If you ever get a chance to go to New York City, check out the watch shops. It's fun to people watch and see what they're wearing too.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Elliott?
No.
All right. Well, until our next video, guys, have a great day. God bless and keep on ticking.
Tick, 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 tick.